It's your money and your money matters. For the best advice to help you succeed, turn to Gib and John. They know what you need to make the right financial decision.
The market in general hasn't changed that much since our last show, meaning that it's up, continues to go up. We've had 76 new highs since President Trump was elected. 76. Most ever after an election, after a president was elected. Fourth largest run in the history of presidents. I mean, market...
It has been up, but it's interesting within the first time in a bit, I think it goes back to September, we had a downturn in the market. It indicates that a little volatility is back, indicates the discussion that you and I have been saying that the potential reset could, we wouldn't be surprised with the reset occurring sometime. Volatility's back, but the market still continues to go up.
Yeah, volatility being relative. I mean, it was an uptick a little bit in volatility, and we said that any kind of downturn that we might see would be related to, guess what? Corporate tax reform looking like it has some issues being passed. And it looks like we have some issues for it being passed.
Not be surprised with the reset. House today will vote on its, they hope to vote on its tax package today, and they believe it's going to be voted on and passed through the House. The Senate hopes to have theirs voted on before Thanksgiving, and as of this morning, they're beginning to mount Republicans, and the number of votes they need is so tight. They're beginning to mount Republicans who said they aren't going to vote for it, so there's a question now whether it can get out of the Senate.
So either they're genius or they're idiots. So they're either one or the other, because they brought back Obamacare as part of tying together corporate tax reform in the Senate. Genius or idiocy?
Votes they need. So is it stupid or brilliant? It's stupid. There's a question now whether it can get out of the Senate. They're pleased as punch. And this gentleman's comment was to me, well, we really done well now. Don't we need to go into bonds and take some off the table because bonds have no risk? And I thought that was an amazing comment. Is it stupid or brilliant? It's stupid. The statement he followed up was, we need to go there because they have no risk. Bonds do have risk. And the risk to a bond is rising interest rates. We need to go into bonds. Now a 100% chance that the feds are going to increase, the voting odds are 100% that the feds are going to increase interest rates in December. The statement he followed up was, the market believes there will be at least 2, maybe 3 at the most, increases over the next 2 years. Okay, 2 to 3. You know what the feds are talking about? 6 increases potentially.
That's a big discrepancy.
And there's a big difference. Now,
so the unknown is what we talked about in the first segment, and it's what the impact will be as the Fed begins to have treasuries roll off their balance sheet.
Right.
And what that's going to do to interest rates subtly. It won't be the Fed making the move, it will be just the
market
glut of
right.
treasuries.
And the market reacting to that. And there's a big difference. Now, I said to my client who was retired, I said, I understand what you're saying, but bonds have risk, and if we're going to have to provide the income that you and your wife want for retirement time, we have to be in a place where we can get that type of performance.
Of
right. And the market reacting to that, and that's what. And there's a big difference. Now, so I said to my client who was retired, I said, I understand what you're saying, but bonds have risk, and if we're going to have to provide the income that you and your wife want for retirement time, we have to be in a place where we can get that type of performance. And so, right. And the market reacting to that. And that's what it's, and there's a big difference. Now, so I said to my client who was retired, I said, I understand what you're saying, but bonds have risk, and if we're going to have to provide the income that you